You are the quantum field and you decide what anything means, which means that there is no delay to anything you decide. And so when you are the quantum field and you are deciding what everything means, that means if you look around your life, you can change the meaning of everything and receive the things that you actually want. What meanings are you applying to it? So if you knew, I used to call it the quantum soup, right? The quantum soup means every possibility, everything that ever existed in life is in the quantum soup, right? However, to advance that, right? That was 10, 15 years ago. As I advanced that and advanced in my knowledge of creation, I discovered that we are the actual quantum field. I am source. Source is me. I am a fractal of source. Source is me. Okay. And so when I know that I am a fractal of source, when I know that source energy is experiencing life through me, then that means that I'm not only the writer, the director, I'm also the actor. I like to call it you are the sugar baby and the sugar daddy at the same time. I have a course, I'll put a link in the comments for Sugar Baby. It's the most amazing manifestation course, and it's about taking the 3D and talking about 3D and 5D and how to manifest instantly. And so when I realized I am the quantum field, nothing is outside of me. Because when I used to say, go into the quantum, or what your desire is in the quantum, you match that frequency and then it unfolds, that was still separating me from the thing that I desired. When I realized I was the actual quantum field, which means my words, my frequency determines anything I experience, that when I shift, I decide it happens instantaneously, then there is no separation from it. You can talk about it as like timeline hopping, and you're going to these timelines, or you're jumping timelines to when you are experiencing XYZ. Okay. So if everything is happening everywhere all at once, which means every lifetime, at past, present, future, there's no such thing. It's all happening all at once. That means every version of me, every decision that I made, right? Every decision creates a different reality, right? Because I could have made a different decision and that decision would have resulted in something else, right? So every decision is instantly shifting what my experience is. And so as the writer and director and the consciousness that's through this experience right now, if I remember that I am not separate from anything, that means a desire comes up. It's something that's already mine. I just in that moment need to decide it's mine right then, right there. As I decide that it is already mine, when I decide it is already mine, then the only thing that I need to do, you don't need all of these procedures. You don't need all the steps. You don't need anything. Let me tell you what you need. The only thing I need to do is decide that it's already mine and be the person that it's already has happened for. It's already mine. I remember there was a time when I decided that at that time I called it, I am, what did I say? Calibrating to $50,000 months. So that's the way I said it. I'm calibrating to $50,000 months. So I decided it and I moved forward. I announced it to the world. I said, I'm calibrating to $50,000 months. In that moment, I started moving as the person who already had $50,000 months, which means what? I was posting content. I was talking to people, talking about my programs as if they were already filled with hundreds of people, talking about how good they are, talking about the results that my clients currently were getting, really speaking them up, talking about what I do from a space of power. There was no doubt in my mind. I already said it. It's already done. I already said I'm calibrating. Boom. Okay. Right shortly after that same month, I believe it was like a $48,000 month. 48,000. Almost 50. If you round it up, it's 50. But it was all because I decided that this is what gets to happen for me. And I move forward in the identity of it's already done. And so my clients were like, well, we have these processes. And I love a process, guys. I love a process. I would give them different processes, but the processes are for the human and not so that you can connect to the quantum and match with the quantum. You are the quantum field. As soon as you decided it was already done. What you are doing is allowing the 3D to catch up with your decision. You're allowing the 3D, which can be delayed. It can be instant now. The veil is down, but you are allowing the 3D, the matter, to come together. You're allowing the cooperative components for the people that are going to buy your products and services that make up your $50,000 a month to hit the checkout button to say, yay, I want this. You are allowing the 3D to match you, not you match the 3D. And so I was telling my clients, I was like, in truth, you do not need any types of processes. You just need your decision, and you need to move in the energy of it's already done. The I am frequency, the divine diva. That's what I call it. The divine diva. Everything I do is in that $50,000 a month frequency. And so that means every decision I make, even if I'm crying because I just had a bad day or a breakup, it doesn't matter. I'm still the $50,000 woman. My circumstances do not change that. If I had a momentary doubt, I can look and say, oh, that's interesting. I had a doubt. Well, I already know I'm a $50,000 woman. That's just what it is. Do you think my clients that make millions, do you think they don't have doubts? Of course they have doubts. Do you think they don't have bad days? Of course they have bad days. What makes them different from you? The fact that they decided that that's who they are. They decided that that's how money flows into their life. They decided that they have the clients. They decided that they have the visibility. They decided. So what are you deciding? You are the quantum field. The 3D is responding to you, to your decision, to your word. You are divinity in a body. When you remember that and move forward with that, then you can let processes, journaling, you can let all of those external things be just a nice to have. They're not a must. And so who am I? I am Christine Michelle. I am your energetic strategist and your spiritual advisor, and I help you to create the life that you have desired, to create the business success that puts you on the stages, that has hundreds of people in your programs, and that really makes you the one to watch. You get to go from best kept secret to spiritual celebrity. You get to experience the success, the fame, the fortune, the fulfillment, whatever you desire, because you decided it, because you are the I am, because you are the divine diva. And that is what we do in the Alliance of World. This is what we're doing in Voodoo Villa. This is what we do in every single one of my programs, Sugar Baby, whatever. You will see the links below this video, or you will see them in the comments or in my links, whatever, bio. DM me. Tell me what you are deciding. You are the quantum field. What have you decided? What are you creating? And so it is.